So this week there was an incident and the Z caught on fire. So I'm gonna tell you what happened, show you how it happened. We're gonna fix it. I got some parts that we're gonna use to fix it. And then we're hopefully gonna take the car on a drive so we can make sure everything's working like it's supposed to. But before we get to that, what happened to the Z and why did it catch on fire? So it all started when I was going to a work lunch. This was the third time I've taken the Z out since we got the wiring project done. I guess the other times I had taken it out, I had only been driving it for 10 or 15 minutes. Going down to this work lunch, it was about a 35-minute drive, and I guess it got hot enough for the issue to show itself. I had driven down to the lunch, sort of had a weird smell when we were getting out, but I was like, whatever, it'll be fine. As soon as we get on the highway, I start noticing a bunch of white smoke coming from behind the car, which immediately concerned me, but all of the numbers on the screen were looking good. We had like 60 PSI fuel pressure, I had like 40 PSI oil pressure. The cooling system has been amazing. It's been staying cool. It's been keeping the car at 195 to 210. I'm so happy with that. So eventually it gets bad enough. It's insane how much this is smoking. So we pull over into a gas station. I don't see anything. I just see smoke coming out from behind the engine. Ton of white smoke. We get back on the highway and the smoke is getting worse and worse. I noticed the oil pressure start to drop, and that's when I was like, okay, this is actually oil. This is gonna be a problem. I don't wanna blow this engine up. I pulled off into a gas station and I got an entire container of oil, poured the entire thing in the car, and then oil pressure was back up to 40 PSI. Drove most of the rest of the way home, which was stupid. I should have towed it, but I'm like, we just need to get this thing home. I'm like 5 minutes from my house and the oil pressure has been dropping again because we're losing more oil. I turned the engine off and coasted into an O'Reilly, and I got another entire container of oil. We get it back to the house. I get out of the car because I've got these manual bay doors. I'm going to unlock and open the bay door, and I get it unlocked, put the door up, and I turn around, and it's hard to tell from the footage, so it sounds kind of like I'm full of it, but there were like flames shooting out from underneath the hood, and I was like, oh my gosh, panic set in. I was like, the car is literally on fire. So first thing that popped in my mind was I gotta get that fire extinguisher, and then I run back over to the car, put out the fire, we shut the car off. But so here's what the issue was initially that caused the fire. I have an aftermarket oil pan that has an oil filter relocation kit, and those run with 2 oil lines. One of those lines was laying on the exhaust header. So the exhaust header got hot, melted the line, and then oil was just coming out onto the exhaust header, and that's what caused the fire. Just covered my hand in oil from the back of the car. You can see where oil's been dripping down the back of the car. You can see how much oil is just on the back of the car. And I went to lift this up and got covered. So much oil. There's a little bit of wire burnt right there. There's a little bit of wire burnt right here. But it's like it didn't go through to the actual wire. It's just on the sleeving. Okay, let's see what we can see here. Oh, wow. Yeah, I would say that oil line is too close to the exhaust. But the problem is it comes out right next to the exhaust, so what do you even do? Gosh, this exhaust is glazed with oil. What do you even do? That's what we're about to find out. This line came off nice and easy. They do have oil in them. This line feels like it's about to just break in half. Oh, holy sh! Really? There's freaking oil all over the car. Oil just wants to be all over this car. It's inevitable, I guess. Should just accept it. Might as well just take all this oil I just bought, pour it all over the car, because that's where it clearly seems to want to wind up. And on the floor of my garage. The floor of my garage loves oil. So this is where the old lines got burned. Oh my gosh, I'm dripping oil. How the hell is there oil dripping out of the top of the line way up here? Make that make any freaking sense at all. Looks like right here is where it had melted through enough, cause it to leak out. So to swap out these oil lines, I have to get the fittings off the end, and then I've got new line to reinstall the fittings on. But each time you see me pushing these wrenches as hard as I can, that's just like a quarter turn, and there's probably a couple hundred quarter turns between all 4 of these fittings, so it took a little bit. But I got the first fitting attached, I ran the line through, cut it to length, then I cut another line the exact same length, ran and connected those fittings down by the oil pan, then I connected them to the oil filter at the front of the car, and then I can finally fill it back up with oil. But then when it came time to drive it, pressure's still very low. Okay, so the oil pressure is too low, so I'm not gonna drive it quite yet. I guess I'm about to check the dipstick and see what it's showing for oil level, because I don't know why the pressure would be low. So I'm trying to think what's changed since the last time the oil pressure was good. All I've done is install these new oil lines. I must have installed them backwards. Okay, so it's a new day, and I'm gonna get these oil lines swapped, and then we're gonna see if the oil pressure issue is fixed, which I do think it will be, and then we're gonna try to take the car on a drive. Recently noticed that the tires on the back are completely bald. These tires have 3,100 miles on them and they're bald. Either the alignment's really off, or every time I drive this thing I do burnouts. This thing feels so smooth, the engine sounds so good right now. so good. The Z is running so good. Oil staying good, temperature staying good, fuel pressure staying good. We might have a reliable car.